Hey there, this is Maggie, and today I want to show you how I do my winter base makeup. Winter is really fun for me because I have oily skin, and in the winter my skin does not dry out and it becomes a little bit of like normal skin. So I kind of enjoy it how it gets in the winter, although it still is oily, and in the middle of my day I still will find that my skin is oily. But in the winter is the only time where I can use products that are meant for a glow and that are meant for like hydration. So you can see I have a little bit of a glow, and I love that you can do that in the winter. Well, I can do that in the winter. So if you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. So let's just get started. Okay, so first off, as you can see, I do have some breakouts to contend with. I have one in my eyebrow, so weird. So some spots, some dark circles, and I lost a lot of my summer color. This foundation here, it is the Dior Skin Glow, and I got it in 2.5 in. It's a 24-hour wear radiant foundation, perfection and hydration, concentrated floral skincare with sunscreen, SPF 15. So it's the only time I can wear something that is radiating. So I'm going to put 2 full pumps on the back of my hand, and I always like to make sure that my skin is prepped. I really like, and I've been using it, I need to get another one, the MAC Prep and Prime. Again, it's the only time where I can wear that. Now I'm going to take a sort of brush like this one and just grab a little bit. I like this one because it conceals all of my blemishes and spots, but it doesn't, it still leaves like, these are moles right here, but it conceals spots pretty well. So what I have to contend with the foundation is my redness. As you can see, my skin pulls a lot of red underneath because I don't have any tan to offset the red. It is very red. My skin is very red underneath. So I use foundation to help me with the tone of my skin. So when you're looking for foundations, you want to look to see if you need help with tone, with texture. Foundation is there to help with. If you don't have any issues, don't put it on at all. Okay, next I'm going to go into my concealer. I really like this little Revolution Conceal and Define full coverage concealer, and it's a contour. I guess I kind of do use it as contour. I'm in the shade C6. So this is where we're going to use it as the contour. And then I have a little spot there, contouring down here. And those spots I'm going to use a different concealer. I'm going to use this little concealer corrector from Revolution. And I'm going to use the green for the red spots. And then I'm just going to go over it with a little mixture of these here. I'll fix that in just a second with my brush. Now keep your brush handy. I'm going to go ahead and switch to a angled brush similar to this one, densely packed. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend all the concealer slash contour out. what we mean by concealer, what I mean by contour, is that you are reverse contouring places that you want to stand out. So that's what it means by when it says concealer or contour. Also, every Monday I go live on my Instagram and I show you a different look. I do a getting ready with me with one of my dear friends, and we just talk about different things. So join us there if you can. It's Monday mornings at 8 Central Time. Okay, now it looks a little bit unblended, right? So I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to go right along the edges of that concealer and contour to just blend it out some more. Just gonna take leftover and spread it around. I also use this on my eyelids as a base because my eyelids are not oily as they are in the winter. I can get away with just using concealer as base. Okay. Another thing I can do in the winter that I'm really excited about is use a highlighter, like a halo glow. So this is one by Yves Saint Laurent or YSL. It's the Halo Tint Highlighter Illuminator, and it is really pretty. I'm just gonna squeeze a bit, like that amount, on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna take a dual fiber brush like this one and just get it in there and just highlight. I keep the highlight to the tops of my cheekbones, the tops of my nose, pretty much everywhere where I kind of contoured is where I'm also going to highlight. Now it is very subtle, but it's so pretty and it shows through powder. Normally I would not highlight my nose because it gets oily, but in the winter is the only time that I can. And I do love that. Okay, now I'm gonna go back with my little blend foundation brush and just go around the bottoms and the edges of that highlight. To make sure it's all blended in. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and just make sure that it's all melted with my MAC Fix and Prime again, Prep and Prime again. We've gotten to the bottom of that where it comes out terribly. I'm gonna put on a lip oil. This one is by Winky Lux. It's called In the Stars. And it's got like gold stars in there. Just to nourish the lips until I do lipstick. So that is the base. In the winter, I don't really contour with the contour stick. I just kind of leave it just like that. Okay, I'm gonna use for this, I'm gonna use my Sephora Micro Smooth. This is a face powder. I got it in the color 30 Sand, and I really enjoy it in this time of year where I don't have to bake, and it's so nice. Can't find my brush, but I'm just gonna use this. It's a set that I got on Amazon. It's just a really dense powder brush. and getting quite a bit of that. The reason why I like this is because it has a smoothing effect that I really like. See how you can see the highlighter over the powder? Love that. I don't know if you'd be able to see it over like a bake, because I don't bake in the winter. But there's that right there. I love it. It's like powdered, but it still looks glowy. So that's pretty much it for the base. For the eyebrows, I just use 2 products, and I use these year round. I don't really switch it up for each season. So I'm using the NYX Lift and Snatch, and I use the color Espresso. And I just really fill it in. I have cut my brow. My brow used to go down to here, but I saw a TikTok trend or like a filter where it said where your eyebrow should start and stop. And for me, it like cut half my eyebrow off, and I was like, no, so scared. But once I did it, like you could see such a lift in the face. So take it from me, try cutting the eyebrow, like cutting the tail of the eyebrow, not too far. I mean, for me, it was far. Like I cut off this much, I don't know, centimeter. I think I have the filter saved. I might dig around for it and look for it. But yeah, I am sporting a bolder brow. I have just let them grow out as it wishes, so it's kind of like doing its own unruly thing, and I'm not mad at it. Maybe because I cut off the end, it doesn't look too bad. Sometimes I go too far with because I'm used to like going all the way down, you know? What I've noticed is that it's given me a bit of a like straight brow. So I do have a little angle to it. So I just make sure that with that eyeliner or with that gel eyebrow product, I bring out my little angle of my brow. Otherwise it looks like a straight brow, which I'm actually not mad at. I think they look so cute. But for my face, I do need a bit of the angles. Like this one doesn't have much of an angle, and you can see it changes my face a little bit, but this one does, and I think it looks better with the angle. But oh, then I'm using the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I had been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, but I ran out and I switched to this one, and I like this one so much more. It has a spoolie that has a short side and a longer side. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like that. I use the short side for like the front and the long side for the back. And then sometimes I just leave it kind of like up like that. But sometimes I take it and kind of just comb it back. So it just depends what I'm feeling that day. Okay. So that's pretty much it for the base makeup for winter. And I really love winter for skincare because I have oily skin, and it kind of gives me a little bit of a normal feel to my skin. Although halfway through the day, I'll get oily again. But that's okay. I just powder, you know, as I go about my day. But yeah, that is my winter base. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.